All right. You ready? Well, thank you everybody for coming out. I appreciate it, all the media. I would like to thank my Savior, Jesus Christ, for letting this day possible in my career. Everything I've done through Him. I would like to thank my family, my dad, who's been special to me since I've been a little boy. He's showed me with hard work and dedication what it gets you. He was always the head of the house and showed me how to be a true man and how to treat his wife and his kids. I want to thank my brother. He's probably been my biggest role model in my life. Doing the good things, bad things, what to do, what not to do. I'm so blessed to have him. And then my mom. My mom's the rock of the family, and I'm so thankful for her. She's been great to me, and any issues I have, she's always find the solution. So I want to thank her. My beautiful kids, Cassius and LeSean Jr., both McCoys. They brought out my day, and just thankful for them. And I just want to take some time to reflect on my career here as an Eagle. I think one of my biggest moments in my career was getting a phone call in Harrisburg from Andy Reid. It was something special. Playing ball in Pittsburgh and in high school, Harrisburg, and getting a call from the Eagles. A kid that, they said I was small and had a teenage body frame. How would I transition to the NFL? I remember my first training camp. I seen Donovan McNabb and Brian Westbrook. I'm like, holy shit. I remember having them guys the posters on my wall, and they would be, I remember watching the Chunky Soup commercials, and actually, in reality, playing with them. That was something that was special to me. It was like amazing to be part of that. As I fast forward, and Ted Williams, my first running back coach, he was so much older than I was, and he was, aside from football, he was teaching me just about how to be a professional. How to start just running and catching and playing ball. And then Deuce Staley's another one I want to give a big shout out to because Deuce kind of got the best out of me. I think he really showed me how to be competitive as a running back. And a lot of my teammates, I won't name every teammate I play here, but a lot of them, a lot of my best friends, actually are still playing on the Eagles, and guys are retired. I want to thank Mr. Lurie and his family for always being good to me. When I was here, when I wasn't here, staying in contact and being good to me. Also Howie, Howie's been excellent. Helping draft me and get me here. And even when we were trying to get the trade done in Buffalo, which they didn't do, but we tried. I want to thank this franchise, man, for just, letting a kid, chase his dreams. And that this time has come. I had some opportunities this year to continue my career, and I just felt like it was time was right. I didn't like the offers I got. And I remember telling my mom, hey, the only team I would come back to play for, whatever team would be a Super Bowl contender. I've been picking championship teams, if you haven't noticed. But if it's the Birds, that was it. Other guys, I was at that point, man, where I'm happy and content, I had a good run. Had some good times, some bad times, but we always got back up. And I'm thankful to even have this opportunity. So that's how I want to open it up, and thank you. You guys will probably see me on TV, and when I'm on TV, I'm going to keep it real, just so you know that. Yeah, well, it was more Howie, Mr. Lurie here and there, but more Howie. And I actually was going to play, believe it or not. I was going to play, and then I just looked at the opportunities like, hey, type of teams do I want to play for these teams at this point in my career? a lot of guys just chase numbers. I would love to have a little bit more numbers, but once my kids are getting older, it's been my 13th season. This was time, and we kind of scheduled the game with Andy Reid, which is a no-brainer. I could have waited, but I thought time was right, and we just did it.
As you look back, LeSean, what do you want your legacy to be here?
My legacy for here as an Eagle, a guy that loved the game, right? I remember when we had years where we were 4-12, right? And I remember still hyping myself up, like I got to go out there and produce, where some guys didn't feel like that. And I always wanted to showcase, man, and display a certain attitude that I love the game and I take it very serious. And that's something I want to be remembered as. And also I want to be remembered as the best running back to ever play as a Philadelphia Eagle. I wish it lasted longer. I think I feel like the rushing the rushing yards record it'd be even bigger. And I could have been there for that championship run. But legacy-wise, man, just a true Philadelphia Eagle player who gave it all he had every game, who loved his teammates, who shared that same compassion and competitive nature like the fans. It's tough to be in Philadelphia and play as an Eagle. The fans and the media, you guys, right, are tough. And to see things written about you that you might not like, how do you respond? So all them things is one I would like to be remembered as an Eagle.
When you look back at your career, a lot of people look at that snow game, that game you played in Florida against Carolina.
Yeah.
Where does that rank in your memory?
That's one of my bigger games. And I enjoy the moments for sure. There's other games that I actually like more than the snow game. But the snow game is definitely one of them type of games where I was rolling, like a mama mentality type of game. But one of my favorites, I would say.
What other games?
Oh, we said what other games? I'm sorry, what other games? Oh, what other games? You know what? I tell everybody, my first game, my first touchdown was against the Chiefs at 29, right? That was in 09. And then the Giants game where we came back, I didn't get a lot of rushing yards or a lot of stats. We were down, so we threw the ball a lot. But, man, I had some key blocks. And people don't really, think of that because I'm a runner and I'm elusive. But that was my thing. I didn't mind blocking dudes, big dudes, and I had some pretty good blocks that I was big on, and that was big to me. So that Giants game was definitely one of my favorites.
How much does it mean to you to have this retirement this weekend with Andy Reid?
Oh, man, it means a lot. It means a lot because a lot of them guys over there I share a lot of success with. Not just playing, but guys in the front office, like Brett Veach. Me and Veach talk all the time. And I tell Coach Reid that Brett Veach gets all his best players, and we still communicate. Coach was dealing with a little small illness, I should say, but we texting about the game and different things, how I'm doing, and he's seen some different things on me on TV. We was talking about this, talking about that. So them guys may have a big role in my career. So I'm happy that he's here to see that, and a lot of the guys on his coaching staff who've coached me and have been around. So I think this is a great weekend, and it's a big game. It's the Chiefs. It's a big game, and I know the link is going to be rocking. That's another thing that was a big factor is, what type of game? There's going to be a million fans in here yelling, screaming, probably fighting, and tailgating. And it's going to be a nice experiment, man. Nice experiment and nice, nice time.
We've seen a lot of Philly players come back and work with your organization.
Yeah.
Do you foresee that potentially happening down the road?
I'm not sure. That's something that has been discussed, but I'm not sure. I had a lot of things I want to do aside from the playing ball, but I actually thought about that. But as time we'll see. We'll see. But wait 1 second. But to speak on that, right? Me and my brother, we do a lot of different real estate aside from broadcasting. So that's probably gonna be my first thing I'm gonna do, and then jumping into maybe helping out an organization. because I could pick talent.
When you were a kid in Harrisburg, you dreamed of being in the NFL. When you look back on that now, you've lived that dream. What's that like?
It's amazing. I think it just, sometimes when I'm like at home relaxing or I'm looking at my kids and my son and my daughter, it's crazy as I look at like how I was that age, and I would I always dreamed of like getting drafted, playing on TV, Monday Night Football, buying my mom and dad a big house, cars, and everything that I wanted to do. We're getting Russian titles, being like a role model to kids and things like that. Sign a Nike deal, like all these things I thought about as a kid, it came true, and I thank God every day for it, because I can honestly say that there might be different things I might, change, but overall, I've completed my dreams as a kid, and so when you mention that, like as a kid in Harrisburg, thinking about these different things and what I wanted to do, my dreams, I've actually done them. It's a great feeling.
Do you have any regrets?
Not really. I have one regret. I think the only regret I truly have is in my PR. She's looking at me like, "Don't say that." But my only regret I have, man, is not being an Eagle in my prime. At the time when I got traded, I felt I was probably one of the top, maybe second guy, other than Jason Peters, and so many different reasons. Like I look at like men, Larry Fitzgerald are really, really tight. Obviously the Pitt connection, but just like the way he is with the organization. When you look at Arizona Cardinals, no matter what era, he's going to be a name that sticks to that franchise. And I think the short time I was here, right, you kind of feel like that, but I think that if I was here for 3 more years, around that 10th year, that's something that I would have with this franchise. Now, I'm not saying that that's not the case still, but just knowing how things work with different players and franchises, and I was still hot, when we departed. But that's one thing I always regret, that I always should have been an Eagle, from our career, and probably majority of my prime years. You look at other players, man, that maybe was traded or left their franchise, depending on where they're at in their career, were they not as productive or were they older, you can live with that. But I feel like my prime, I should have been an Eagle. When I come in here, I can name probably 85 to 90% of the people in here, from workers to even the media. Even like the seeing eyes and seeing faces from being around. Like I know everybody here, so it's different when you go to a new place. I had to learn everybody's new name and et cetera. But small things that you think about. So that's probably the only regret I do have. That's probably it. What's up? I'm about to say that, by the way, see, in Philadelphia here, they jump over each other, all right? Buffalo's like, excuse me, I go, not here.
LeSean, to just talk about Buffalo a little bit, you were both there.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No.
It was rough, but to see the love that is pouring out of that franchise for you,
Yeah.
despite the fact that those years were pretty tough, that has to make you feel...
Oh, man, I have tons of love for Buffalo, the franchise, the community, the players, a lot of the players. I see, like, as I retired, like, different people were sending me, I guess, like, interviews from different players I played with, against, from Buffalo. And some great words. They spoke about me. And Coach McDermott, he's done a great job up there. He's changing that attitude and culture up there. And I love my time in Buffalo. And that's one thing that when I got traded there, it was like, damn, Buffalo? You don't know much about the city or about the team. It's other than it's freezing cold. But it's some good, talented players, and they love their team. And I had some great times. And the Pagula family was great to me. And I had some great times also. And I got a lot of love for Buffalo. And I'll probably go to a couple of games, You know, and I still talked a lot on players. I mean, from Josh, you know, we text bull crapping and all the guys up there. So a lot of love to Buffalo for sure.
As somewhat of a follow-up to a previous answer, I guess not all athletes feel the same way about Philly as you do.
Mhm.
You never wanted to leave.
Mm-mm.
You've always stated your affection to the city.
Yeah.
What about kind of either the city or this fan base particularly resonated with you?
I think with the city and the fans here, I think they're loyal to their guys, right? Everybody has favorites, and I feel like one of the favorites in Philadelphia. I would go to all type places, man, like to the suburbs of like out by the parks. What's that called? What's that casino out there? Way out there in Parks Casino? Is that still way out there? I would meet people, you know. Then North Philadelphia with whoever, it might be with Ruben, might be Meek Mills. Like it's Philly fans, man. They're different type of fans, you know. And I think just growing up in Harrisburg, being in the same conditions, I felt comfortable here. You know, if things are going good, they're on you. They love you. Things are going bad, they're on you. You know, it's just, I like that. You know, I like a challenge. You know, we're not playing up to the level we should be. You'll hear about it. You'll hear about it on the radio. You'll hear about it in person. You know, my dad would hear about it. He'd be texting me. You know, so I loved it. And you know, even like the Sixers and everything, I miss all of that. You know, and I still have a lot of connections with both parties, with here and Sixers and players. You know, I just really like fell in love with the city, man. The loyalty. You know, I remember when Coach Reed got fired, and I was so hurt because I was so loyal to him, and he took a chance on me. That's just how I am. So I think more just the loyalty of the fans for their players and their coaches. I mean, I fell in love with that.
Do you think some more guys? Do you think you're getting all?
I hope I do. Hopefully one of the writers in here will write me in. I don't know. I think that I have the numbers. I look at a lot of the guys that go in. I think that I think that I'll just say that I feel like I'm just as good as some of them guys, right? Anything that you need to get in there, Super Bowls. I mean, I got stats. I got a lot of stats. If you want to do that game, you know. And then I think it's very important to discuss like players and their time, right? How did you do? How did you compete with other guys? And I was one of the best players of my decade, which was already, you know, documented. So hopefully I get in. I mean, we'll see. That would be definitely amazing too, and a great accomplishment if that happens, for sure.
You led the league in rushing touchdowns. You led the league in rushing yards, 6 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros. What's your favorite accomplishment, or the accomplishment that you're most proud of?
Man, that's a good question, man. That's a good one. You know what? I haven't really thought of that, the biggest one. Although I will tell you this. In the Super Bowl, I hadn't played in any of the Super Bowls, right? And like most players would be upset. Like, oh, I didn't get to contribute, you know. But it's like as I got older, I had to like contribute in different ways. So it was more teaching young guys, you know, more explaining to them, et cetera. Because physically, I could have went out there and did my thing, right? But I look at like a lot of, before I got to them 2 teams, I did really well, right? But I never won anything. High school, I did really well. I never won anything. College, we didn't win anything, right? Pitt, we struggled a little bit. But like that part, man, it felt good. Like I felt like all that stuff I did before was for this. Because you can't take my numbers away. Play it or nothing, play. You can't. I am who I am. It was just a part of winning that I really experienced. You know, and that feeling right there, playing or not playing, MVP or not, that felt great. So if I had to really like think of like a one accolade that I really loved, I mean, besides just like the numbers and stuff like that, and you know, contracts and you know, but like winning and championship, that's unreal. At least I partied like I did. I don't